So I thought I'd do like a small video reply to Angry Joe, because he mentioned my comment that I placed on his previous video that had been captured by YouTube's auto filter system. Don't blame Joe for that. It's not his fault. The YouTube auto filter catches everyone. It's really fucking awful, and you can't turn it off. It's just on by default. There's very little you can do about it. I have the same problem. So I don't blame him for that at all. But what I was saying in there, he read it out but didn't address it. It was kind of frustrating because it's important, and I was trying to speak specifically to him on that, because that was the thing, Joe. Like, the whole point, what I said was, these things are being politicized by the devs. By going on Trevor Noah, by saying, if you don't like diversity, you can fuck off, or whatever, however it is he said it. And just the way that they act, it's the culture that they signal to is political correctness. It's social justice. And this is what made Doom Eternal such a shock to people. It wasn't signaling to them, it was mocking them. And that's good, because they need to be fucking mocked, man. They're terrible people. They're really awful people, and they do bad things to other people if they can get away with it. And if they can't get away with it, they're just annoyed that they can't get away with it. So I think what would be really productive is to change the framing of this conversation, because you said this in your last video.
This is going to wake EA up, and it's going to possibly, we'll get the battlefields that we want, and the majority of anti-social justice warriors want, without political stuff being put into it. Do you think the next Battlefield game is going to have 0 women? Do you think there will still be women in multiplayer in the next Battlefield game after this? I have no idea. Would it be okay to put women into the next Battlefield, and will we get the same controversy? No, if they move time periods so that the historical accuracy argument is gone.
Joe, this isn't about women. Fundamentally, none of this is about women. Women are just a tool that these people are using. Then they don't actually care about women. Feminism is about power, according to an MP in my country that's a feminist. It's not about women, that's a smokescreen. And it's because it's an effective tool. Because most men want to defend women. And so if you're complaining about something that a foreign ideology is doing, coming in and imposing their political agenda on the game, you say, well, I don't like what you're doing. If they're Muslim, they'll say you're Islamophobic. If they're feminists, they'll say you're a misogynist. And if I recall correctly, Adolf Hitler used something like German phobia in Mein Kampf. It's a tactic, it's a particular ploy, in order to present yourself as the great defender of these things against an evil aggressor, when you are in fact the one doing the aggressing. You know they've come in from outside. You know they're imposing an agenda. When you've got a woman with a cyborg arm on a game that's being advertised as a World War II game, it's just too much. It's too obvious. It's too much of a slap in the fucking face. It's not worth defending, man. These people are doing this on purpose, and he literally said, if you don't like it, don't buy the game, and suddenly the game sales are tanking. I wonder why. I wonder how many people heard him say that. People who are particularly interested in the game, the sort of people who might have pre-ordered it. It's not on sale yet. It's not that, the sales might actually be okay, but the pre-order sales show you how the engaged community thinks about this. Like, when it comes up on Steam sales and people are just browsing to buy a new game, ooh, Battlefield, I'll get that. I like shooting things, I guess, whatever. I'm not going to fucking play it, but it's the engaged community that is reacting to this. And yeah, their sales are down by 85% compared to whatever the other alternative was. So yeah, they're being shown that you do get woke and go broke.